Hello students, welcome back to class. In this class, we are going to be talking about democracy. In the last class, we looked at consumer rights and responsibilities. We looked at the various rights and responsibilities, the various rights and duties of a consumer in the society. We have rights like right to safety, right to be informed, right to choose, right to be educated, and so on and so forth. So today we are going to be moving into democracy as a system of government. At the end of this class, you should be able to explain the meaning of democracy. Two, you should be able to explain the features, or we can also say the characteristics of democracy. And three, you should also be able to explain what democratic institutions are. And four, you should also be able to explain or list the various importance of democracy as a system of government. Now, what is democracy? Democracy as a system of government in Nigeria started in the year 1999 when Nigeria transitioned from military rule into democratic rule. Now, Abraham Lincoln defined democracy as the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. The word comes from the Greek word which means rule by the people. Democracy is a system of government where the people or the citizens of the society, the adult and eligible citizens of the society, are actively responsible in the affairs of the society. They are responsible in the direction or in the ruling of the society. We can also say that democracy is a system of government where people decide who should rule them and how they want to be ruled in the society. In a democratic system of government, people actively choose their leaders via periodic election. That's time to time election. They elect their leaders and they elect who they want to lead them. Nigeria transitioned to democratic system of government in 1999 and had its first democratic president in the same 1999, who is President Olusegun Obasanjo, who ruled Nigeria for a period of 8 years. Moving forward, we are going to be looking at the various characteristics, or we can also say the various features of democracy. These are things that are peculiar, or these are things that are common in a democratic system of government. Number one, time to time election, or we can also say periodic election. So time to time election is a feature of democracy. Democracy involves election that comes up regularly or that comes up from time to time. In Nigeria, the time frame is 4 years. So a new leader is elected into office every 4 years. The last election was conducted in 2019 and the next one is going to be conducted in 2023. Number two, respect for fundamental rights. Democracy as a system of government gives full respect to the citizens' fundamental rights in society. Rights like right to life, right to freedom of speech, right to freedom of movement, right to freedom of association, right to vote and be voted for, right to fair hearing, right to religion, and so on. Number three, respect for the rule of law. Democracy as a system of government gives full respect for the rule of law. The rule of law has three characteristics. It has supremacy of the law, equality of the law, and respect for fundamental human rights. So democracy respects the law and understands that the law is supreme and binding on every citizen in the society. Another feature of democracy is active participation of citizens. There is no democracy without active participation of citizens. Active participation of adult and eligible citizens. Citizens who are up to the age of 18 years in the society can freely decide who they want to vote for in the society without any form of interference of anyone in the society. So active participation is a feature of democracy. Number five, freedom of speech and expression of the press. In a democratic system of government, the press is free to go about its lawful duties. The press and the journalists are free to go about their duties to spread news and reports about happenings in the society, about democratic processes, about elections, about election results, and about things that pertains to democracy in the society. Number six, registration of voters and political parties. Now, before election is done, voters are supposed to register register and they get a card as evidence of registration. Once a citizen is up to the age of 18, he is allowed to register so that he or she can participate in the coming election. Also, different political parties are also allowed to register their candidates so that their candidate can partake in available offices or available seats. Number 7, manifesto and campaign by political parties. Once the political parties have been registered, they go about to campaign for people's votes, to campaign for the votes of for citizens to vote for their candidates so that they can win the elections. Moving forward, we are going to be talking about democratic institutions. These are institutions that are involved in the democratic processes and procedures in the society. Now, these are the institutions that make democratic processes like election, voters registration, announcing of results and the rest, moving of electoral materials to be smooth or for it to be successful in the society. We have democratic institutions like INEC, which means Independent National Electoral Commission, that is involved with elections in the society. We have 2, political parties. We have 3, pressure groups. 4, we have the 3 arms of government, which are the executive arm, the legislative arm, and the judiciary. These institutions help democracy to run smoothly in the society. Now, going forward, we are going to be talking about the various importances of democracy in the society. Why is democracy a useful, or why is democracy a good system of government? Why should societies adopt democracy as their system of government? So we are going to be looking at a few importances of democracy in the society. Number 1, it helps the citizen to have a smooth change of government. Now, once a government has stayed in the position of authority for 4 years, democracy helps the society or the citizen to change the government without issues. They can all decide and vote for who they want to replace the particular person who has been in position of authority for a period of time. So it helps the citizens to have a smooth change of government in the society. Number 2, it makes the government to be accountable and responsible. Now, the people are the ones who have put the government in the place of power, and they have that right to say, no, you're not doing what we want you to do. Come down from the position of power or the position of authority that we have put you in. So because the government has to be accountable and responsible, he will not want that to happen. So he's going to try his best to be accountable and responsible in the society. Number 3, it gives room for checks and balances in the society to make sure that every arm of government or every government official is doing what he or she needs to do per time. Number 4, it promotes fundamental human rights in the society. Right to life, right to freedom of speech, right to freedom of association, right to freedom of assembly, right to freedom of religion, right to freedom of fair hearing, right to freedom of movement, right to vote and be voted for. We have so many rights in the society. So democracy promotes fundamental rights, human rights in the society. Number 5, it promotes good governance. So democracy promotes good governance in the society. Unlike monarchy that is ruled by one person who is in power, democracy is not an absolute form of government. So it helps the government to run smoothly and promotes good governance in the society. Number 6, it enhances social, economic, and political development. When democracy is done right in the society, and when citizens elect good representatives, the society advances. Economically, it moves forward. Socially, social amenities, different things that people need to live well in the society are provided for by the government. So democracy enhances the growth and development of the society. Growth and development can be seen in the social social, economic, or political dimension. We've come to the end of this class. We looked at democracy and we said democracy is a system of government where people elect representatives to represent them at different levels of government. We also looked at features of democracy like time-to-time election, registration of voters and political parties, manifestos and campaigns, and so on. We also looked at democratic institutions and importance of democracy. I hope you enjoyed this class. Please do well to answer the evaluation questions in your notebook. I'll see you in the next class. Bye.